Good morning, students. Today we shall understand about the first two methods of asexual reproduction, that is fission and budding. Students, in our last class we have understood that there are two major ways of reproduction, that is asexual and sexual, right? So, under asexual we have seen a list of methods. So the first two methods are fission and budding that we are going to see today. So what is fission? The literal meaning of fission is splitting. So in this method, the organism splits into two or more organisms. This is seen in unicellular organisms like protozoans, because in them the body is made up of only one cell, and if that one cell divides, then that results in reproduction. See here, this one amoeba is splitting into two. Means what? One amoeba is forming two daughter amoebae. Got it? So this is what is called as fission. Now fission is of two types based on the number of daughter organisms formed. If two daughters are formed, then it is called as binary fission. If more than two, then that is called as multiple fission. So let us see binary fission first. So I said binary fission means splitting of an organism into two daughter organisms, right? And this binary fission is of three types based on the plane of division. So if the organism splits vertically, as in case of euglena, see here, this is the euglena. If it splits vertically, then that is called as longitudinal binary fission. And if the plane of division is transverse, horizontal, as in case of paramecium, see here, paramecium is dividing horizontally and producing the baby organism. So this is called as transverse binary fission. And in case of amoeba, there is no such plane, because amoeba is irregular. It can divide in any plane. So it can divide in this plane, this plane, this plane. So there is no plane of division. Then that is called as a random fission. So example is amoeba. Got it? So what did you understand? Binary fission means splitting of an organism into two organisms, two baby organisms, and depending upon the plane, it is again three types: random fission, longitudinal fission, and transverse fission. The examples are, for random it is amoeba, for longitudinal it is euglena, and transverse it is paramecium. Now students, when did the organisms undergo binary fission? When conditions are favorable, when food is plentifully available and the conditions are favorable, then the organisms, the unicellular organisms, they undergo binary fission. They simply grow in size, doubles the number of chromosomes, divides the nucleus, then divides cytoplasm and splits. Got it? So first avi grow అవుతాయి, బాగా పెరుగుతాయి, బికాస్ ఫేవరబుల్ కండిషన్స్ ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి, అండ్ దాని లోపల ఉండే క్రోమోజోమ్స్ కూడా డబుల్ అవుతాయి. తర్వాత ఏమవుతుంది, న్యూక్లియస్ రెండుగా స్ప్లిట్ అవుతుంది, దెన్ సైటోప్లాజం స్ప్లిట్ అవుతుంది, దానివల్ల ఆర్గానిజం టూగా మారిపోతుంది. గాట్ ఇట్ స్టూడెంట్స్? సో దిస్ ఈస్ ఫిషన్. నౌ వాట్ అబౌట్ మల్టిపుల్ ఫిషన్? In multiple fission, one organism splits into many individual organisms, and this is seen in unicellular organisms again, but in case of parasites. So what are parasites? Parasites are those which live in other organisms and derive their nutrition, and in return they cause diseases for the organism. Got it, students? So they are called parasites, and those parasites, those unicellular parasites, undergo multiple fission, and that is during unfavorable conditions, when conditions are not favorable. Got it? So this is seen in Plasmodium, Entamoeba, etc. Got it? So let us see how Plasmodium undergoes multiple fission. So this is Plasmodium. What is Plasmodium? Plasmodium is a malarial parasite. It causes malaria, right? So this is Plasmodium. Assume this Plasmodium, during unfavorable conditions, what it do is it splits its nucleus into several bits. Then each bit gathers cytoplasm around it like this. See, these are nucleus with cytoplasm. Now after that it forms membrane around each bit, and it stays until unfavorable conditions go off. Once the favorable conditions arrive, all these cytoplasmic bits, they come out as new organisms breaking the membrane. Got it, students? So ఏమవుతుంది, ఫస్ట్ న్యూక్లియస్ చిన్న చిన్న బిట్స్గా స్ప్లిట్ అయిపోతుంది. దాని చుట్టూ సైటోప్లాజం అక్యుములేట్ అవుతుంది. తర్వాత అవి మెంబ్రెన్స్ని సెక్రెట్ చేసుకుంటాయి అండ్ లోపలే ఉంటాయి అన్ఫేవరబుల్ కండిషన్స్ వెళ్ళేంత వరకు. వన్స్ ఫేవరబుల్ కండిషన్స్ రాగానే అవన్నీ న్యూ ఇండివిజువల్స్గా బయటకి వచ్చేస్తాయి అన్నమాట. సో దిస్ ఈస్ మల్టిపుల్ ఫిషన్. So I hope you understood what is multiple fission and binary fission. Now we shall see budding process. In this method, the organism develops an outgrowth somewhere on its body, and this outgrowth is nothing but bud. So it develops buds over the body somewhere, and this bud slowly grows in size. See here, small bud arose on the body of Hydra, and that has increased in size. Then it develops all the parts of the mother organism. Now it is said to be matured. So this matured bud then detaches from the mother body and leads independent life. So this is what is called as budding. This is seen in case of both unicellular and multicellular organisms. For unicellular, the example is yeast, and multicellular it is Hydra. One special thing in yeast is we find a chain of buds at a time. See here, this is yeast. First it forms an outgrowth, and into that outgrowth the nucleus enters, and this is now called as bud. This bud increases its size and matures. Before it gets detached, it forms another bud. That bud again forms another. Like that it goes on. So we find a series of buds over the mother organism. Got it? So older buds we find near the mother organism, and the younger buds we find away from the mother organism. So this is what is called as budding process. So ఏం లేదు, దీనిలో ఒక ఆర్గానిజం మీద ఒక చిన్న బడ్ లాగా ఫామ్ అవుతుంది. ఆ బడ్ ఎక్కడైనా ఫామ్ అవ్వచ్చు ఆర్గానిజం బాడీ మీద, అండ్ దాట్ బడ్ ఇంక్రీజెస్ ఇన్ సైజ్ ఇంక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది. తర్వాత అది బాగా మెచ్యూర్ అవుతుంది, అన్ని పార్ట్స్ని డెవలప్ చేసుకుంటుంది. వన్స్ అన్ని పార్ట్స్ ఫామ్ అయిపోయినాయి అనిపిస్తే దెన్ అది మదర్ ఆర్గానిజం నుంచి డిటాచ్ అయిపోయి సెపరేట్గా ఇండివిజువల్ ఆర్గానిజంగా గ్రో అవుతూ ఉంటుంది. సో దిస్ ఈస్ వాట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ బడ్డింగ్ ప్రాసెస్. ఐ హోప్ యూ అండర్స్టూడ్ వాట్ ఈస్ budding and fission. Fission is just splitting, and in budding buds are formed, they mature and get detached from the mother organisms. Got it, students? I hope you understood. Thank you.